Hello there, this is Mike Graham of Weightloss and Personal Development, and today I want to talk to you about a subject which is quite hard for most people. It's about living in the now, living in the present. As the saying goes, the present is a present. Treat it as a gift. Because quite frankly, the past is of absolutely no use at all. It's already past, and the future is indeterminate. You don't know exactly what's going to happen, and though you can take steps to try to control the future, the best moment to be is now. Now, this is a fact that bypasses a lot of people all of the time, although when we are children, we're consummate artists of living in the now. We live with immediacy. We have our senses are tuned in to what is actually happening second by second, because the now is naturally the most exciting place to be. And as children we know that, but we lose sight of this because we get crowded in by what are supposedly adult emotions. I mean, they're very real feelings of anxiety, worry, despair. You know, as life goes on, we encounter more situations we have to act in, and as actors, as human actors, we don't always get it right. That's a given. And this can sometimes weigh down very heavily on us. And a lot of people are stuck living in the past, mulling over what's happened, thinking that somehow they could have done things differently to have ensured themselves a better future. There's one thing wrong with this approach, though. You cannot change the past. What has passed has passed. And you don't need me to tell you that. You know, you just can't go back. You know, unless you suddenly run into somebody who has a time machine, which, quite frankly, is a very, very long shot. The alternative to living in the past is living in the future. Okay, it's fine to dream about the future, to plan a better future. That is great, to have your vision, to have your dream, and to go for it, and to see how you can get there. But the only route there is through the present, as I'm sure you are aware. Another form of thinking about the future is anxiety, worry, despair at how it might turn out. You know, will it be any worse than it is today? And this is another trap that people fall into. One famous guru said, well, the past is a spent check and the future is a promissory note, which I think just about sums it up. Because the only place that you can act in is now. And we're always living in successions of now. Each second passes, and another now passes, and several more nows have passed, and now, and now, and now. But it's important to actually bring your conscious awareness into the present for as much time as possible. Because another thing about being present in the present is you can't feel unhappy, you can't feel angry. And there are certain tools for feeling better about the present, and that's just to feel gratitude for things you've had in your life, to feel like actually you learnt from this or that experience and it was in the end good for you. Because as Tony Robbins says, life isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. And that involves a massive change of perspective. If you can grasp this, then that's quite a big problem solved, that life is actually happening for you. And I won't sort of embellish on this too much because it should be obvious from what's being said. But, you know, you can imagine life as a butler bringing in your drinks tray with your evening pre-dinner drink, and you know that's a bit like life. You know, that's how it serves. It's something for you, and everything is done for you rather than against you. So having that much of a positive approach actually changes things. The universe starts to look at a far more benign place, a place where actually acting in the present seems to be like the only thing to do. As I've said, you can't go back in the past, you can't change things unless you've got a time machine, so don't even bother. I heard recently a very interesting definition of forgiveness, which is one given by Oprah Winfrey, funnily enough. And she said that forgiveness is about realizing that the past has happened and you can't do anything about it. And once you're resolved with that, then you can move on. Because forgiveness very often isn't about the other person who may have done something. It's about yourself and feeling comfortable and confident moving into the future, that you can actually take hold of your life and be in control of this one, because you cleared yourself about that incident that was worrying you from your past, because you can't change it. You can take steps to create a better future. You can resolve to do things in the future about what happened, but the past is it. It's happened. And quite frankly, when you look back at certain critical moments of your life, would you want to change a thing out of it anyway? I mean, the fact is that you're here. The reason you're here now is because of a succession of events and thoughts that have got you to this place. And you couldn't be any other place. So what's the point in even thinking that you could be, even though there's a temptation to think of all the things that we haven't done that we should have done, and to think about all the things we still should do that we're probably not going to do, but which will tax us greatly because our minds are a bit like that, trying to weigh us down with our inadequacies. And I mean, have you thought about the role that the mind has in your life? It sort of serves to increase dissatisfaction, to make us feel we're inadequate. It's always poking fun at us. It's always trying to bring us down. It's always trying to make things a bit harder than they should be. And if you can get rid of your mind's influence for just a minute, by being here now, in the most obvious sense, being where you are, in the present, and just allowing yourself to feel it. And that gives you a little bit of rest from that monkey on your back, if you like, that's always trying to pull you down. And this is variously described by different teachers as the ego, the nutter, the mind, the monkey on your back. Which serves actually no purpose, because it's just trying to keep you tuned into it. And it's a funny thing that humans have this part of themselves, which I suppose is one of our major battles in life, to get past this ego, so that we do act from a better position in life, so that we make better decisions, have a better life for ourselves, because there's no reason why we shouldn't have everything in our lives we want. But this voice in our head that keeps having to pull us down, it's a bore, because it doesn't really serve any purpose except to stop us feeling present now and to enjoying what we have rather than what we don't have. And it never allows us to be that satisfied. Now, I've talked about quite a lot of things in this video, so I'm not going to go on for too long, because it's fairly full of solid stuff which should help you become more present as you go through life. But whenever you can, just catch yourself and ask yourself, are you present now? Where are you now? And that'll bring your mind back to being focused on being here now, which is where you really want to be. Now, moving forward, obviously the more you practice just being in the now, you'll actually feel more real to yourself, because you'll see that you do actually exist in the now, and that there's nowhere else you can be. And just let yourself experience that. The present is a present. It's a gift. Why squander it? Anyway, if you like this video, give me a like, subscribe to my channel, and if you like, go and get yourself the free product that I'm advertising below, because it's about weight loss, which is my first job in this world, but I'm also a personal development coach, so I do both. Thank you for listening, and I hope this was of some value to you.